us out. Hi. I'm not going to sing Let It Go.
Welcome to Ha Ha Storytime.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ha Ha Storytime. Please clap. If you are first time here, Ha Ha Storytime is a show hosted by me, Sonic the Hedgehog. Very popular, very famous video game character.
Not copyrighted.
Not copyrighted. I've gone through some tough times in my life. I'm always competing with a Italian plumber. But I want everyone to know that today is going to be a very special Ha Ha story time. We have musical accompaniment throughout the entire show. Ryan, how are you feeling about that?
I got to tune up.
You got to tune up?
I got to tune up.
Keep tuning. But while we're waiting for Ryan to tune up, can we have all the competitors on the stage? Michael Lewis Dixon, John Baltusberger, J.M. Stryker, R.J. Joseph, Taylor Fox. You 100% did fuck it all up. Oh my God, you so fucked it up.
John, does that sound like a C to you?
John, you're going last.
That's fair. Does that sound like a C?
I cannot
It's supposed to be an A.
I cannot believe what just happened. This is sad. But anyways. I am so pissed off at John Baltusberger right now. Okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, John's going last. Where is RJ? RJ drove all the way from Houston, Texas to be here. All right. I think that means RJ goes first. Michael Lewis Dixon goes second. Taylor goes third. J.M. Stryker fourth. And John, who fucked up the entire live stream, will go last. So what did I say? Who's going first? Oh, RJ's going first. RJ, you have 7 gosh darn minutes. And this mic right here is for you. And let me just... Are you done tuning yet, Ryan? RJ, hold on here. You can ask that question to the mic.
What do I do?
What do? You're going to read your story.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And in 7 minutes, I'm going to abruptly cut you off. If you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to this show, but usually I'll blow like a air blower at somebody. I'll do that. But today, we're just having Ryan Bradley noodle behind you the entire time.
So if I'm not finished, I just stop. It's like a gong show.
Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I'm going to set that timer, though.
Okay.
You got to get in that microphone.
Okay.
RJ, hold on, RJ. You got a couple books out, right?
Huh?
You got a couple books out, right?
I do.
Okay, well, tell us about it.
Okay. So I have an illustrated chapbook that is limited edition with original artwork by Chris Panettiere. Do y'all know Chris?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Chris is like the goddess's favorite because he's so talented. And he made this really pretty, spooky vampire for my historical vampire book. So I don't have it with me, I'm so sorry, but you can order it from Rapture Publishing. I also have coming out this month, later on, a novelette in the Pandy box for November with a collection of the best of Brian Keene, and then the novelettes with Laurel Hightower, Gemma Amore, and Haley Piper and me.
Okay. Let's give it up for RJ Joseph, who's going to
Thank
read
you.
for 7 minutes before I abruptly cut her off.
Okay.
And Ryan, shut the fuck up. No, keep going.
Okay. 7 minutes. Okay. Flesh of my flesh. I breathe in their sweet scents, sighing at their freshness. My babies are cuddled up next to me, one on each side, and I twist my neck to plant kisses on their smooth, chubby faces. A police siren threatens their slumber, and as the wail grows louder and then trails off, I am the one who needs comfort. I rub my daughter's knee, relatively unlined and devoid of the darker, tougher skin that develops as one ages and uses the joints for kneeling, as in begging or crawling. My own knees carry the same calluses and scars that can be found over my entire body. They join the C-section scar from the delivery, the assault that still feels numb in places and itches all around. I also have the usual assorted childhood scrapes with sharp objects and the battered remnants of my war-torn heart. It is also numb in places. My throat, where my last lover left his vicious mark, hasn't any numbness or non-feeling. My son sighs in his sleep and screws up his face at a nightmare. I see his fears as vividly as if they are my own. I nestle him closer and stroke his stomach until he soothes. I know his nightmares will never cease. His brown body will be subjected to living monsters who seek his blood and the vestiges of his soul. My daughter will fare no better. I will raise her to be strong, but she will be beaten back until her self-esteem is non-existent and she is incapable of aspiring to any better than the nothing we have now. I will do anything for my babies. I press another kiss to soft, kinky, curly-haired heads, and I can feel the blood pulsing through their tiny temples. I keep vigil at night to make sure the rats don't decide to feast on my precious darlings. I brush roaches from their pajamas and hum to cover up the sounds of the neighbors fighting long into the darkness. My need for food and rest vanished in the wake of trying to make sure they had enough of both. I wished my need for companionship had also vanished. The loneliness led me to him. I, a single mother with no high school education, existing in the ghetto I called home, was an easy mark for him. He said he loved me. I pretended to believe him and gave him myself. He took my whole entire being.
This sounds great with Ryan's backing.
I went too far. Okay. A thin trickle of sweat begins at my daughter's crown and makes its way down the side of her face. I bend slightly and lick it off, closing my eyes at the delight her innocence brings. He did me a favor. He left me battered and bleeding, but I became stronger and recovered. I got better. And I understood that my experience had allowed me the means to get my babies out of this hell. When the time came, I would deliver them, much as I had 2 years ago. I allowed myself another taste. Flesh of my flesh. I will deliver them to a more bearable hell.
Is there more?
No.
Oh my God! Give it up for R.J. Joseph. Let me tell you, Ryan is doing too good. Here's the problem. I told Ryan, just tune the entire fucking time. And then he goes and brings us this fucking classical music be backing. I felt like crying. RJ, you're not going anywhere because we have a winner for all these events. So you can't leave. I know you want to get back home to Houston.
Oh, I'm staying over.
No, she's staying over, she says. All right, here we go. All right, give it up for RJ Joseph one more time.
Thank you.
Ow! All right, thank you, RJ. Let me ask, I forgot who's going second. Who's going second? The only thing I remember is John's going last because he fucked everything up. Michael Lewis Dixon is going up. Michael.
Yes, sir.
I gave RJ 7 minutes, but that was just because she's a first timer. You only have 6 minutes, my friend.
Oh.
And here's the.
His minutes to RJ. Give one of his minutes to RJ.
No. You are most likely to go over time, I believe.
No, this is.
This is a 6 minute.
Actually, I cut this one a little shorter too. You want me to try to do the whole thing?
Hey, hold on. Ryan, are you done tuning? Are you still getting it right?
I'm going to make Michael's real sexy.
Okay. Michael's is going to be sexy, he says. Michael, are you ready? Hold on. Do you have anything for sale right now?
Yeah, I got a book over here called Sick. It's a fungal body horror story. It's like The Last of Us, but perverted. It's sexy and full of fungus. And then I got a DVD, which is shot on video from 1991. It's called Sphincter Qualm. And it's also with Sherman Akers, which was a soap opera I did with George Kashar on public access television.
And there's full frontal nudity in this, right?
Full rectal nudity.
Okay. And I want to ask about the Last of Us thing. It's just like Last of Us, but not on HBO.
It's almost exactly like on HBO, but there's lots of sex.
Okay.
And mushrooms.
Quick interjection. Michael, whose penis do you see if you watch?
It's a boom mic. It was a boom mic.
Can you say fart fart?
Fart fart.
Fart fart says Jesse. All right, hey, Michael, your time is starting now.
All right, so back in between the 20s through the 50s, there was this type of story and writing called Two-Fisted Tales. But later on, in the 70s, there was kind of a revival, and they called the Three-Fisted Tales. And this one is one I found from the archive called Nick Hamfist in Snub-Nosed and Cocked, rated PG-13. Nick Hamfist had just finished polishing his rod when there came a knock on his office door. He quickly cleaned up with the handful of tissues he snatched from the Kleenex box. The gun was as clean as it was gonna get. He kept it loaded, but he never kept it cocked. Not since that time he ruined his favorite plaid pants. He wasn't surprised that he'd blown a hole clear through his jockeys and drawers. At least it didn't go through the wall. The knock came again. "Hold your horses," Nick shouted as he inspected his fingers. Don't get your panties in a twist. And with those words still leaving his lips, Nick threw open the door to find the most beautiful man he'd ever laid eyes on. He was a huge, manly man. He had manly muscles rippling underneath his manly shirt that was so tight you could see his masculine nipples perking out from the air-conditioned breeze that had gently massaged them as it passed through the doorway. He felt his appendage rising uncontrollably in the presence of such radiant masculinity. His arm lifted up between the two of them and hung there, proud, confident. The stranger's eyes fell upon the hanging appendage, and his manly dark eyebrow cocked up over his noble brow, suggesting a question. But then his pouty lips curled into a toothy grin over his chiseled jawline. He thrust out his own appendage, and they grasped each other in a tight, clenching handshake. After a couple of pumps, Nick knew a moment of panic as he felt himself giving in too quickly. But he concentrated on baseball, going over his favorite player's stats until he regained his control and squeezed back, trying to match grip for grip. The two would have gone on like that, squeezing and smirking with the occasional twitch, but then Nick's phone rang, and he had to disengage. When they came apart, there was a loud, wet smooch as their hands separated. Nick grabbed another tissue and wiped his palm before picking up the phone. Ham Fist Detective Agency, you finger the ham and we'll fist it for you, he said. He waved the handsome stranger over to a chair on the other side of his desk. The man sauntered over and took the seat with a healthy, masculine spread. Mr. Hamfist, asked a simpering voice on the line. Speaking, he said, and gave the handsome guy a wink. The man smirked and winked back. Hello, Mr. Hamfist. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I'm calling from the Evangelical Church of Gospel Gymnastics, and I'm here to... Sorry, wrong number, Nick said and slammed the phone down. Telemarketers, handsome man asked. Yep, the worst kind too, Nick said as he came around the desk and sat near the visitor. He liked the scent of the man's cologne, musk, and assertiveness. It's the Anti-Fun League trying to make us as miserable as they are. He changed his tone to a more serious note. And that brings me to you, handsome. You don't look like my typical client, so I gotta ask, what are you doing in a dump like this? Nick gestured to the small rented office that had just enough room for his desk and the chair this big burly man was currently dwarfing. The smile fell from his visitor's strong and lovely face. He lowered his voice when he responded with a deep rumble. I'm in need of a bodyguard. Somebody who's hard, muscled, you know, knows their way around a good stiff weapon. Someone with skills. Nick was shocked that a perfect specimen of masculinity would be in this kind of need, but Nick liked to keep to his slogan, and here was a shapely ham in needing of a good fist. To be continued.
To be continued? Wow! Okay, give it up for Michael Lewis Dixon. Hold on here, hold on.
Wait. Clunk.
Can we check in with the children here?
Sure.
Can we check in with the children? Come here, Polly.
Is anyone here under 13? No.
Polly, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? To this gentleman here.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken
Sid, do you have anything to
jockey.
say? No.
No.
Z?
I was listening to the guitar.
You were listening to guitar.
Thank you very much.
I want to ask, well, hold on, Michael. You have books for sale.
I have books. And a movie.
And a movie.
2 movies. It's a double set.
It's a double DVD. On one, there's full rectal nudity. On another, there's full frontal nudity. Correct?
It's a boom mic. I said it was a boom mic.
All right, you can go now. You can go now. But please, give it up for Michael Lewis Dixon. And I have another thing to tell you. This is Radio Coffee and Beer. This is a cultural epicenter of Austin, Texas. You need to tip your bartenders, tip them well, and tell them thank you. Who's number 3? Was that J.M. Stryker? No, it's Taylor Fox. Taylor Fox. I'm sure Ryan has some ditty he's going to play for you.
Oh my god.
Taylor, hold on. Did you bring anything to sell?
No.
Taylor did not bring anything to sell. Taylor is a musician, so she knows how to handle a microphone, unlike everybody else who's been on the stage. Hold on. But you do run like Poets Lounge, and you do some yoga, and you all those things. Tell people about this stuff.
Follow Weird Warrior Yoga on Instagram, please. We do a lot of donation and free or affordable, accessible yoga. He's gonna be probably riffing on some of my music. Great hag. We can listen to that. I run Poets Lounges here quarterly. We just did our fall one, so next one will be winter. I like to write things, but I don't like to sell things.
Okay, not a capitalist.
I'm just not good at it.
The definition of a working artist. Ryan, you doing okay over there?
Yeah, that's great hack, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
pretty close.
All right. That's great. Hag. All right. Taylor, go for it. Hold on. I got to set the timer.
Okay. Can I start providing some context?
Yeah,
damn it.
after I do this. After I do this.
Okay.
Hold on. After I do this. Hold on. After I do this. After I do this. Hold on.
Waiting.
After I do this.
What?
Well, it's
the vibe of this?
story time with Sonic the Hedgehog. Story time.
Okay, the timer is now started.
Okay. So, on August 4th, 2025, I provided testimony in the Texas Senate State Affairs Committee against the transphobic, homophobic, and misogynist bathroom bill. My testimony, in which I facetiously suggest men should be removed from society, was shared by a couple big social media accounts and has since gathered over 3.5 million views on Instagram. Here are some of the comments. I call this Things Mostly Men Have Said About Me on Instagram, a poem. Part 1. Holy hell, she's evil. She's a delusional man-hater. She's a clown. She's nuts, peanut emoji. Aw, Shaya upset and stupid. This is another idiot. This is toxic feminism. I'm sorry, but this is absolute garbage. That's the stupidest thing I have ever heard. Another Democrat that wants to segregate people. No wonder you're a liberal. 3 laughing emojis, 4 clown emojis. 3 laughing emojis. Keep it up, libtards. 3 more laughing emojis. You are digging your own hole. 3 more laughing emojis. Unhinged TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, man-hater. This is pure gaslighting, fake, feminist, cock slave BS. I'm sure it made her feel super girl boss to say this. A man is the reason you exist, genius, ellipsis, ... Oh boy, ... As a non-feminist real woman, I can't say enough how wrong this message is. Your ad hominem attacks are weak and petty. Part 2. Nose ring alert. Take no one seriously with a bull ring in the end of their nose. Did you expect to hear anything other than bullshit with a septum piercing? Facepalm emoji. The nose ring is scientifically proven to constrict the flow of oxygen to the brain. No surprise she made 0 sense. Always a facial piercing. I think people with nose rings shouldn't be taken seriously. Another septum ring blaming men for all her problems. Why do all of these nasty, unemployed, uneducated, inarticulate, deranged, leftist, liberal, lunatic women have nose rings or those big, ugly glasses? Barf emoji. Part 3. Mental illness. Holy crap, just say you hate men and move on. Must be willing to bet she cheated on her husband and then divorced him and took everything he had, laughing emoji. Hatred for men is a red flag for me. Who's this woman anyway? This woman is typical of the loony left. Nothing is in your liberal mind virus semi-brain other than the morning talking points put there by the Clintons and Soros. It, meaning me, kept saying, I think. Funny, you're not writing the bill. You aren't elected because you have stupid ideas. She's another one of those Karens. Sorry, every person on this earth is not disgusting like half the men you've evolved yourself with. These women are laughable with their theoretical crap, lol. Thank God women have no ability to back their insanity. Dumb bish. She should be the first to sign up to clean the sewers. See how she feels about the value of men then. 3 laughing emojis. Go make a sandwich. Sandwich emoji. Women are free to be bigots. Let these bitches take care of themselves. You are a fucking threat to intelligence. Standing there speaking on a microphone built by men, at a podium built by men, in a safe and sound room built by men, is she next to get shot in the neck? Part 4. $100 says you're a devouring mother. I don't know what this means. Why not go back to welcoming California? I'm from Texas. Is that a chick? You're proving my point. I wonder how her dad feels about it. He's supportive, but I wonder how your daughter feels about you. Should we feel sorry for all the male relatives in her family? Nah. Send this girl back to planet Mars. Women are from Venus. I understand she was trying to make a provocative statement to prove an anti-bigotry point, but she fell in the trap of behaving like the one you are putting to the fire, thus giving leverage to people who disagree with your argument to illegitimately disregard it. She's trying to make a point, I think, but it didn't land well. Laughing emoji.
God damn, those guys wrote a really good poem.
Yeah, they did.
Wow. I guess you're done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Those are some deep thoughts. Okay, I know who's last. John Baltusberger, because he fucked up the fucking live stream. However, J.M. Stryker is number 4. Give it up. Multiple time winner, J.M. Stryker. How are you doing?
I am all right.
You doing
ready?
okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready to have this annoying fucking guitar noodler behind you the entire time?
Yes.
Because it's...
It's a Reddit post. Am I overreacting?
Okay, so you've got a couple pages there. Are they
Yes.
double-sided?
Thankfully, no.
I think you're going to be okay. You're pretty much always under time. Therefore, I'm starting it now.
All right. Am I overreacting? My roommate painted our living room. Hi, Reddit Hive Mind. This is a throwaway account since I'm pretty sure my roommate knows my usernames everywhere. Basically, I came home from work to find that she painted our living room, like all 4 walls and the ceiling, but mostly left the windows alone. And technically, we're allowed to do that as long as we paint it back to beige at the end of our lease, but I wish she'd asked me first. Especially since it's not so much a paint job as it is graffiti, like bright pink and blue and purple and black and yellow. Don't get me wrong, it looks really cool, but it was a bit of a shock, so maybe I'm overreacting. She's not home yet, so I don't really know what she does for work. Sometimes she's home all day, and sometimes I don't see her for weeks. This week, for example, she was holed up in her room the entire time, making all kinds of racket, and then I came home today to an empty, freshly painted apartment. So, I wanted to write this post and ask the internet before I talk to her about it, because it's kind of hard to talk to her sometimes. She mostly talks to herself, and not in the way that you or I might talk out loud sometimes, but like she's having full conversations with somebody. Like when you're listening to somebody on the phone and you can only hear the part of the conversation that they're saying, so your brain starts to make up what the other person is saying, and it's really distracting. Anyway, I tried to confront her one time about her leaving food in the fridge until it became some kind of microbiology experiment, and could she please not do that? But she just stared at me like she'd never seen me before, so I backed away slowly so as not to provoke her. I mean, she's never been violent towards me, but she did go absolutely apeshit on her boyfriend once, and they nearly killed each other. It was pretty terrifying. After that, I mainly try to stay out of her way. She doesn't make it easy, though, because she's always borrowing my stuff. Like, she'll just waltz into my room, yammering on and on about the latest tinfoil hat conspiracy theory that's wormed its way into her brain and how we can't let them get away with it or some nonsense like that. And by the time she's worked herself up into a state, she could ask me for my social security number and I'd give it to her just so she'd leave me alone. At this point, she has most of my shoes and all of my hoodies. And then when I ask for my stuff back, she's like, oh yeah, I have it in my room someplace. I'll find it later. But she never does. And then I feel super awkward about just going in her room and looking for it. And I think about how she wailed on her boyfriend that one time. And I'm not totally sure what he did to set her off, but going in her room unannounced and uninvited seems like a really good way to get my face rearranged. Besides, I don't really need all my shoes. I do kind of want my hoodies back though. Maybe I could go in there real quick while she's out. In fact, she's out right now. BRB. Update. Guys, I just went into her room and wow, maybe I shouldn't complain about the living room paint job. I gotta say, we are never getting our security deposit back. She pulled up the carpet and painted graffiti all over the whole room, like the floor, the ceiling, the walls, the window, even the back of the door. There's a pretty cool stained glass effect she has in blue and pink on the window. It's kind of beautiful, honestly. Maybe I can understand why she wanted to paint the living room. I guess the paint job is fine. I was probably overreacting about that. I couldn't find any of my stuff though. The room was a total disaster, filled with wires and mechanisms, digital timers, and fertilizer for some reason. And then she has a map of the whole city tacked up above her desk, marked with little blue and pink X's and stacks of boxes filled with they look like grenades maybe? But they can't actually be grenades, right? I have to be mistaken. They all have cute little spray painted faces on them. There's no way. Because they're all stacked against the wall between her room and mine. I mean, my bed is right up against the other side of that wall. They're probably smoke bombs. They have to be. Guys, should I call the cops? Am I overreacting about this?
Yay! Ryan C. Bradley needs a metronome. But what I liked about this whole story was when Ryan was speeding up, you were also speeding up.
That was the joke.
It showed like a lot of like collective talent.
We both need a metronome.
Yeah, it was great. No, but you were playing to him.
That was the joke.
Was that the joke?
Yeah, I was speeding up the whole time.
Oh, great. Okay. I didn't get the joke, I guess. I didn't get the joke. JM, you have some stories in anthology. Do you have anything coming out?
I do not yet.
Don't have anything. But you can still applaud. Okay, John, be very careful. There are some cords over here. Do not. Oh, God. Okay, everything's fine. John. Should we check in with the children? Children, are you doing okay?
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
Yeah.
All right. The kids are all right.
I was going to read something, but my wife asked me to read some poetry instead. So
You're going to read poetry?
Yeah.
Written by a man?
Unfortunately written by a man.
Or written by a collective of men?
All the poetry tonight's been written by men.
Oh,
apparently.
God. How annoying.
Look, it's not great.
More poetry written by
Not
men.
good. I'm so sorry, everybody.
This is dumb, dude. Hold on, John. How uncomfortable are you right now?
So uncomfortable.
I think Ryan is ready.
Born and raised in South
I don't like that at all, John.
Wait, Ryan.
Took the midnight
Okay, John, you can go for it. I'm not going to set a timer. You can just go for it.
We're going to do a sing-along during
Absolutely not.
Oh, no,
It's already
no.
shit till you shut the
You
fuck up.
have no idea. You fucking up the live stream worked out perfectly because me and Ryan talked about this. So go ahead and start your story. Your story.
Thank God, though, he starts singing, I shut up.
No.
No, yes.
Oh, well, then I'm starting the timer for sure.
Oh, actually, no, he's interrupting me. Sorry, Des. Andrew and Ryan fucked it up.
All right, here we go. On the count of three. Can everyone count with me? 1, 2, 3. John Baldesberger!
This is the existential horror of Animal Crossing. Nintendo has recently announced that they are releasing a new update for Animal Crossing, a game that many of us helped retain our sanity during quarantine and COVID-19 pandemic. I'm being specific in this case in case after writing this there's another pandemic, another quarantine, so I'm helping understand what this is about. This update will go out for free to everyone with the game, and it's nothing short of a consolidation of the true horror of Animal Crossing, namely the illusion of progress for the benefit of the ultra-rich. There have been several Animal Crossing games, and while the basic premise is always the same, I'll specifically be talking about New Horizons. That's the most recent game, and I have the intense recency bias and object permanence problem, so let's get into why this number one cozy little sim game is actually existential horror. Who are you? I don't know the words. First, you get on a plane with literally nothing.
Stop, believe. Oh, sorry.
John, don't be a poor sport. John, get back up here. Get back up here.
He stopped believing.
This part of the
That's
game.
the problem.
The funny thing is you've done every single one. You know the score.
I literally said to my wife, the reason I don't read things is because I don't like being interrupted. And so she was like, hey, they're not interrupting.
Oh, John, get
Stop,
back up
not
here.
stopping.
Get back up
Don't
here.
stop. The words are don't stop, not stop.
Don't stop.
I did tell you.
Okay.
Hold on, John. Don't stop believing, man. You got this. You got this. Let's please calm down. Calm down. John's been squirted out with a water gun. He's been made fun of for not wearing shoes, but he can't take Journey's Don't Stop Believing.
That's 100% accurate.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But we're not going to stop believing. He's going to get through the story.
I'm
He's
gonna try
got
one
no
more time.
timer. He's going to finish this fucking
No,
story.
I'm fucking not. I'm sorry, y'all.
Well, then read a poem written by a man.
This is called Angel Song. Every time a Nazi dies, good people get laid. The price is paid in the song Angel Witch by the band Angel Witch off their album Angel Witch gets played. It's a good scenario, but lately nobody's getting enough fucking in. And that's on us. See, every time a Nazi dies of old age, we move a little closer to being in a hell of our own making. A cesspit of unholy shit. Can you smell it? Can you taste the fecal focal point of the political lives of unpolitical lives? Here we are on our deathbed staring. Nope.
God, this is so good. John, get back up here. You knew the
film
score.
Titanic.
You knew the score. Hold on.
I haven't seen Titanic, but people seem to love it.
Hey, Ryan's been tuning all show for this. Hold on. Ryan, could you just not sing while John, come back up here. Come back up here. One last try. We will not sing. We will not sing. John. Don't be a poor sport. He's not even going to play guitar. Come on.
Good night, y'all.
Okay, now we choose the winner. If all the competitors can come back up to the stage. Michael Lewis Dixon, J.M. Strike, R.J. Joseph, Taylor Fox, and John Baltisberger might as well come back up. Oh my God. Okay.
That worked a little too well.
He's well done.
Okay. I want to apologize to John Baltisberger. He does have books for sale. But if you love J.M. Striker's story the most, please clap. R.J. Joseph's story the most, please clap. A little bit more. Taylor Fox's poem written by a collective of men. Michael Lewis Dixon. I think Taylor won that round. Taylor is the winner. And what about John Baltisberger, everybody? Okay. Taylor won. However, I thank everybody for competing. Hang out for a little tiny bit more, competitors. I have something for you. Thank you for coming. We do this every second Tuesday of the month. And I sincerely apologize for any discomfort this may have caused. The show is over.